Chinese leader Xi Jinping has arrived in Wuhan, the epicenter of the COVID-19 outbreak, to inspect the situation in Hubei province. This as the province's party chief said plans are being studied to allow people in areas at medium or low risk of contracting this virus to start traveling. Officials in China reported 19 new cases of coronavirus on Monday on the mainland, down from 40 a day earlier. The total number of confirmed cases in mainland China is at almost 81,000. The total death toll nearing 3,200. In Hubei province, the epicenter of the COVID-19 outbreak, that's where all of the 17 new deaths in China are. There are 17 new cases on Monday, a decline from the 36 cases the day before that. The total number of confirmed cases at almost 68,000. The total death toll a little over 3,000. Let's bring in our China correspondent Livia Xiong to talk about the significance of President Xi's visit to Wuhan city.
Well, I think definitely it's the optics of the visit. This is President Xi's first time visiting Wuhan, which is the epicenter of this whole outbreak. And state media says he's there for an inspection of epidemic prevention and control work. And he had taken a flight on Tuesday morning, and he said that he will be visiting those fighting on the front line, medical workers, army personnel, community workers, cadres, volunteers, and patients as well. Now, prior to President Xi's visit, the most senior Chinese leader to have visited Wuhan city itself was Chinese Premier Li Keqiang, but that visit was made back on January 27. And so the signaling is always important when President Xi makes an appearance in state media. And I think it's no coincidence that this is coming at a time where we are seeing a record low in the number of cases, new confirmed cases being reported in China.
Why would you say that?
Well, I think definitely, there has been unhappiness in the public with how the situation has been handled by Chinese authorities, especially early on. There has been accusations of a cover-up and, that the release of information perhaps was not timely, which has led to a spiraling of the situation, even though we are seeing improvements now.
But as you mentioned, in fact, this is the third day in which new domestic cases only happening in Wuhan, and numbers have been falling consistently. So if it's really a public relations exercise, why do it now? Why not do it a lot earlier when anger in some quarters was running relatively higher?
Well, that is a question that, the way the Communist Party thinks, we can only try to read between the lines and look at some of the signals that it is sending. But throughout this outbreak, I think one of the narratives that the party has been trying to push is that President Xi, as the leader of the country, has been in control. And we remember that article that had been published in the Communist Party journal saying that he had been giving commands on how to manage the situation from quite early on, even before it became public that there was human-to-human transmission in the country taking place. And so at that time, there had been some questions why this was being revealed and whether this opens President Xi to some sort of skepticism. But this visit certainly is significant that, he is making a visit to this epicenter. And even also, I think, as China is trying to get back to normal, trying to, instill that confidence that outside of Wuhan, outside of Hubei, that, as you mentioned, infections are mostly imported cases. And so it's trying to, get people and trying to take care of its economy now.